What's going on, everyone? As always, what you're supposed to do, place your cross on first, no matter what's going on in your life. I'm going to say that until I can't say it no more. You know, put your cross on, people. It ain't hard. And it's not a necklace. Every time I say that, I don't have a necklace on. So it's got to be something else. Do you understand, people? But as always, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Lead us not into temptation. Oh man, I hate when that part sticks in my head. But I love when it sticks in my head too. Because that's what you worry about on a daily. Temptation. It's everywhere. You understand? It's everywhere. It's not a place you go in this world that there's no temptation. Most people like, my house has no temptation. If you got no TVs or nothing like that, maybe. If you ain't got a brain, maybe. As long as you got a mind, you can be tempted. But the Bible just said it. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. That's telling us that the temptation is going to be there. I told you the Lord's Prayer tells you so much, but it's telling you temptation is out there. Lead us not to temptation. So lead us away. You know, and there's so many things that tempt us. Anything, people. It doesn't take much. You see, the devil feeds off of temptation. He lives for it. You understand? You know, two people can be tempted for the same thing at the same time and think it must be God. Nah, it's temptation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's say you're a husband and you mad at your wife. Y'all been arguing all day. You're like, I got to get out the house. And at the same time, somebody across town, a woman, been arguing all day with her husband. I need to get out the house. It's an event going on over there. Let me check that out. And they thinking the same thing. Let me check that event out. Then you both meet up. And everything sounds so smooth. Next thing you know, temptation's right there. They having the same problem I'm having. We at the right place at the right time. It must be meant to be. Well, it can't be meant to be if you married and she married. Do you understand? You know, sometimes the perfect storm or the perfect setup looks perfect. Do you know that? It looks perfect. It's like, whoa, this must be the best thing since sliced bread. I work in the movie industry. I'm struggling. Bills need to be paid. I'm a little bad behind right now. I mismanaged some funds. I'm doing a little bad, you know. And I'm in this customer house, in the living room, or in the pantry. And I'm packing up their pantry. And lo and behold, I find a little brown box at the bottom of their pantry. But you know, we got to look at things. We got to, as movers, we got to look and see what we're packing. Make sure it's not fragile, make sure it's not flammable. So we're not being nosy, but we got to know what we're packing. Let's say you got a camera there, a camera case. You can write that up as a camera without looking at it. And then the next thing you know, there's no camera in there. So they can write up a claim, be like, hey, where's the camera I was missing? But if you never looked in the case, you never saw it was a camera. So you look in this base box, you like, this is money. It's like about $10,000. Is it yours? It's the first question you need to ask yourself. But you're like, my bills need to be paid. This must be a gift from the Most High God. That somebody else, to steal from somebody else, to get out of debt. This might be my time. This is perfect. Nobody knows. I'm the only person here. Nobody can know this. You know, this has happened. I talked to my brother one time. He said he found a case, a box with like $20,000 in it. And he gave it to the customer like, I didn't even know that was there. Maybe my husband hid it. Didn't even know. Didn't even know. Now, I'm not saying I'm human. I'm in somebody's house or something like that. Oh, no. I'm not touching it. Let's say you walking down the street one day and you're hurting, same situation, you're hurting. You walk by your house, it's an open field right there. You look down, it's a case there with $5,000 in it. What would you do? I ain't gonna lie to you people. I'm keeping it. There's no name on it. It's nothing. I'm keeping it. Now that's what I consider a blessing. Like when he told Peter, hey, go throw this fish out, throw that hook out there, and you'll find some money in his mouth. Now stuff like that happens now. It happened in the Bible. What? A coin? Get at the Caesar. Now, don't be foolish now. Miracles can happen every day. Some of them are monetary. There have been many cases. I done heard from many people, hey, I was riding down the street, man. You know, I was walking down the street and I found $100 bill. Finders keepers. What you gonna do, try to find out who $100 bill it is? Don't be stupid, people. Don't be ignorant. Don't be overly righteous like some people would be. You know, what you gonna do, turn $5,000 into the police station and they gonna broadcast it? Somebody lost $5,000. How they gonna find out who $5,000 it is? Now, if you steal $5,000 from a house, they're gonna find out pretty easy. It was theirs. Because you were there. There you go. You was in the room, you packed that room. You know, in the movie company, they tell you to initial your boxes. So they even know what you packed, they know where you were. But you know, there's so many ways to be tempted, people. So many ways. One of my biggest problems at one time around time was pornography. I don't like to talk about this that much, but it was. Home Alone. Let me just watch this video. Fell to that temptation probably hundreds of times. No lie. Glory be to God that I have not fell victim to that in a while. I know the deceitfulness of pornography. Do you see what I'm saying? How tempting it is? I'm gonna go on TikTok today. So this is not, I'm gonna go on TikTok. But your temptation wants you to look at nothing but half-naked women or half-naked men. That's why you're on TikTok. You're trying to see who's shaking their booty today. Lead us not into temptation, but I don't sin, some people will say. Just being real with your people. Us as human beings, male, female, we are designed to attract to the opposite sex. I'm just being real with you. You know, to look at a woman, there's nothing wrong with it. To look at a man, there's nothing wrong with it. But to lust after them, it is. Temptation. It's everywhere, people. You know, nobody likes to talk about it, but it's real. That's why the Lord's Prayer is so important to me. It covers everything. The little sins you think you didn't do, like glanced at somebody and lusted in your heart, a quick moment. Lord, I ain't did nothing today. Oh, really? What about when you use that Dollar General? What about that? What about when you're watching that movie? You don't need no forgiveness. None. That's what Donald Trump said. I try not to do nothing that warrants forgiveness. All right. I guess you don't need forgiveness. I guess you don't need the Lord's Prayer. That's why I love it so much. That's why I say it every day, every morning. Sometimes in the middle of the night, sometimes when I'm laying on the couch, I say the Lord's Prayer. Because I know I'm a sinner. And I know I fall victim to a lot of I sin all the time. I'm guilty as charged. But when he say true sin is produced, when you are drawn away and enticed by it, even though the act of looking is a sin, when you act on it, there you go. Fulfillment to the T. They say you see a man that's nice looking. You know, most people like to compliment folks. That could be borderline sin too. You got a nice dress on. Yeah, it's all right to compliment folks, but, you know, be careful with that, people. Be careful with everything in this world. You know, it's all right to make people feel good and make people feel. Sometimes you ain't got to say nothing. Your eyes done told on you. You ain't got to say nothing half of the time. Don't let your flesh cause your mouth to sin. So you can resist the devil and he'll flee from you. You know, because once you open your mouth, you done gave place to the devil. They can go so many wrong. You can get a sexual harassment charge. It can go wrong in so many ways, people. Just opening your mouth and saying something that you thought was innocent. You know, most people who've said something that got a sexual harassment charge or got reported to human resources, it was something very simple. And next thing you know, they're in the office. Did you say that? Well, I was just joking. They didn't take it that way. You understand? Temptation, people, is everywhere. Be careful. You know, every Friday, and this has happened to be Friday, happened to be Veterans Day today. It may not be Friday for you when the time you're watching this video. But you know, every Friday, everybody like, I want to do something. I want to go somewhere. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I think about that all the time, every Friday. I'm like, what should I do? And glory be to God, not to toot my own horn, I rarely do nothing. I might go get something to eat, finish a little shopping up, give me a bottle, give me some food, some hot food for that day, go home, chill, listen to music, and relax. That's normally what happens. Glory be to God. It wasn't always like that. When I was younger, Friday, you think I'm gonna be at home? I was in the streets trying to find something to get into, leading myself to temptation. But as I got older, I said I got to do away with childish things, like the scripture says. I got to start manning up. I ain't got to rip and run and have fun. I can go my butt straight home. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm not telling you not to have fun. I'm just saying it's harder in the world than it is at home. The Bible talks about this all the time. Friendship with the word and enmity with God. Like today, I just helped my boss set up a tent for Jackson State and another tape, the classic football game in Lad People Stadium. And I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind coming out here. But I don't even do football. Do you understand? I don't even like football. I don't watch football. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why would I go? I'm being tempted. Most people are like, well, it's just a football game. But I don't normally do that. Now, if the Lord want me to go out there and spread the gospel, but that's not my intention. I want to go out there and have fun with everybody else. So I'm asking for the Lord to deliver me from temptation. Right? Does it make sense? It could be something simple as that. A football game. This and that. Funny games. Even you get invited left or right. You going? You going? I don't know, man. I might need to go. So enough people to ask me, I might need to go. You understand? Well, let's say everybody asking you, like, man, you want to go to hell with me? No, not really. And somebody else asks you want to go to hell? No. And then 100 people ask you, you're like, you know what, since everybody asked me, I must want to go to hell. Yeah, I go to hell with you. I like to use the most crazy examples I've heard in my life. Like something that normally is not going to happen. Because that's what temptation is really trying to lead you to. Hell. It's not saying it. It's not saying it played up, but it's like hell. Anyway, hellfire. Test the spirits to see if they're of God or not. You know, I encourage people to drink at home. Have a good time, eat, drink, and be merry. I encourage you to. He says, no better thing for a man to do than enjoy his labors. Don't overindulge, even at home, don't overindulge, but if you do, you at home and ask for forgiveness. But try not to. Try to balance yourself there. If you can control yourself at home, if you're somewhere out and about and you just happen to have a drink, you can control yourself there too. So people, ask the Lord to lead you away from temptation. And the list is huge. Have a blessed day.